Yo, let's get to the punchline. We need to make this text platform valuable. So somebody's coming to VaynerMedia and having a coffee with me. I'm flying you in. Hit the hashtag on Twitter, and I'm gonna pick one in the next couple hours. Good luck, and more importantly, have the best Tuesday of your life. You've got a life that's already went.
Here at VaynerMedia today, and we're meeting with Garyvee to talk, I guess, all things
Coffee.
Talk coffee. Yeah, we're here to have coffee with Gary.
Coffee chat.
Coffee chat. He's not the one talking. I think that's why a lot of people don't like him too, because he's so real and will tell you how it is. Too sensitive. But that's what makes him how it is, and that's why we like him.
Yep.
If you have any questions, he's real about it.
Yeah.
He'll give you a straight answer.
How are you? Hey brother, how are you?
This is my family, bro.
Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Hello.
Cynthia.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Hello.
This is Sienna.
Hello. How are you?
Hi. Good.
How's it going, Brian? Good. How are you, David?
Craig.
How are you? Got it. Cool. Once you finish in here, we'll go in there and be good to go. Cool. Yep. Thank you.
This is literally the difference between us. My story. I don't even care.
The alert came through. Gary tweeted, "You won." It literally said you won. And then people were asking, "So Gary, have you picked the winner yet?" And he said, he tweeted, "Just did," with a mouse emoji. So like, I think it's just you guys. I wasn't sure if he was picking people, like round table. No, he just picked them. So.
I couldn't even eat after that. We were like in the middle of dinner, and I stopped eating right there on the spot. I couldn't eat anymore.
I know. I didn't know how to react because for me it seems like normal because like you've met with him, so it just seems like a normal thing because you've met him. I don't know. We're just having a conversation, right?
Yeah.
So it's nothing to be nervous about. It's exciting though. It's exciting.
It's like a coffee talk with no coffee.
It's definitely exciting.
Nobody has coffee.
We're not like saying it's not as boring because this is really cool. This is super cool. I love him too.
But his voice has literally been playing in the background of our house
Forever.
In the studio for years.
Literally
like that's
forever.
all we ever hear is his voice around the house.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy to see him right
So
there.
I don't know.
what are
I
you
think
gonna
it's
like try to bring up or talk
Yeah,
about?
it is. Honestly, I'm gonna either follow his lead. I don't know where the conversation's gonna go. I don't know where it's gonna end up. But I mean, there's a few things we would like to ask him ourselves. But I mean, if we're given the opportunity for that, which I'm hoping we are, then take advantage. But we're just thankful and grateful for the opportunity, for
I
sure.
seriously feel like there's like a TV screen right here because I only ever see him on TV or on the phone. It's weird. It's like it's just a big screen right here.
Hi, good. I'm allergic to hugging. I can hug all day. Hi. How are you?
Good.
Hey. Hi. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you. What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Really well. How are you?
Thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah, happy to do it, bro. It's very nice to meet you. Yeah, please sit. You guys won the contest.
Yes, thank you. We are so thankful and grateful for this opportunity. So thank you so much.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
I hope you don't mind. Disney runs in our veins, so we kind of brought something for you.
I'm super thankful.
You turn it around.
You guys are very sweet. I'm like super about Disney for two reasons. One, I fancy myself as a storyteller. I fancy myself as a storyteller, and obviously, well, Disney is at the tippy top of the list. Number two, I grew up in a very immigrant environment, and like I only took 2 family vacations my whole life, both to Disney World. The first time it was super ghetto, and we stayed in a Holiday Inn. Second time when my brother was older, when I was 16, was a little bit better. But I'm all about Disney too.
Awesome. And we also got these for your kids. I know you have kids, so you can
Thank
take
you.
that to them.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, I want to bring as much value as I can during this time. First of all, let me get all your names.
I'm Cynthia. I'm Mom.
I'm Anissa. I'm Sienna.
Charlie.
I actually met you 2 years ago.
Where? Monday.
30 pitches.
Oh, no
So
shit.
this is wild for me right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, tap that out.
Yep, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
When we found out that we won, the little one right here was so jealous that he got to go to New York. She's like, yes, we get to go to New York. And we're like, actually, it's in LA. She's like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Like,
I'm so sorry.
it's fine. It's just, it's somewhere I've always wanted to go.
You will.
Yeah.
You will. That's going to be a lamp. So what's going on?
No, we're just, again, like we said, thankful and grateful for the opportunity. We are a mom and daughter trio. We have a podcast that we started. Actually, my husband's the one that pushed us to start a podcast because all I do is talk Disney.
And moved them to
We moved to
15
SoCal
minutes. We're down the street from Disneyland.
just so that we could.
So you're like always passionate about Disney.
Oh, always.
You're like in it. I could tell. So you're like, fuck it. You should do
Yeah.
We moved from
this.
Sacramento to.
And you guys moved from Sacramento to be as close to Disneyland.
We started the podcast in Northern California, and we were like, this makes no sense. We need to be closer. So we moved.
And back to just like thinking about family dynamics and just life. Did you guys see early indications that you had something and that gave you the confidence to move? Or even before you saw any indications that something was happening, you're like, screw it, let's move?
It was more screw it because if we're coming all this way anyways, why not? I mean, nothing could go wrong, really.
I agree.
Yeah.
Losing
Go
is
for
good.
it.
Losing is good too.
I'm big about, like, if it scares you,
Then it's
do
right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything up until this point has literally scared the crap out of me, which means I'm doing the right thing and I'm going in the right direction.
What about this meeting? Scared or good?
Scared, but in a good way.
Good.
Like, I'm so excited. Like, so thankful and grateful.
Who found out you won? You?
My husband.
You saw the
Well,
tweet?
first tell them how you were feeling that day, and then I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you how we found out.
It was a really,
So this
really...
was what, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a really bad day for me. I lost my dad 2.5 years ago. My dad was my hero. He was like, I love my dad. He gave me my love for Disney and brought me my whole life ever since I was a little kid. And I carried that love to my kids. And I told my husband, get married, we have to be a Disney family. So he agreed, and we did it. So
You must have really liked it.
yeah. So Wednesday was my dad's 80th birthday.
I see.
And I said, I'm going to celebrate in Disneyland because that's what he loved. Disney. So we were there all day.
So it's
and
an emotional day.
Very emotional day, and I left Disney. I left the kids at Disney, so I couldn't do it. I was feeling really bad.
Got it.
And
You were just sad?
yeah, I was sad.
Yeah.
I miss him. So he took me to dinner, and he was like, "Hey, guess what? I entered you guys into Coffee with Garyvee." And
So
all
Dad
that.
helps manage all the accounts. So
Yeah, Dad manages.
they're mostly heavy on Instagram, and I'll jump in Twitter and do some things and
Yeah, we're all
YouTube.
Instagram. He's Twitter.
So yeah, when obviously I'm on the text platform. I saw the video. I said,
How long you been on the text platform? Right from the beginning you saw
yeah,
it?
from the beginning. So I did it, on their behalf, thinking, what the heck,
It's
right?
funny, this text platform is really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's super interesting because it's new. It's seen, right? Like, having 60,000 people on text is like having 16 million people on Instagram because of the percentage of people
Yeah.
see it and actually see it.
Yeah.
The potential of people seeing it on Instagram and then actually seeing it at like 10 million is actually like is actually like 200,000, right?
Yeah.
And so now I know, like, I'm really excited about it and I want it to do well because selfishly, the 2 or 3 right hooks that I'll throw in a year, whether it's sneakers or wine or who knows what, it's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm obsessed with bringing value on it. And so this whole use it to create contests, to create the ultimate,
Huge.
Yeah.
And I want them to get that. Well, yeah, the quick story is because I want them to get to, some value out of this. Is we were having dinner and she's, having a drink. She's sad.
Yeah.
And then you text like you won.
I tweeted.
Like, yeah, you tweeted you
and you
won.
got the notification.
Right as I was telling her about it. Like within
You're
30
telling,
seconds.
like, hey, by the way, I entered you something.
Within 30 seconds.
He opens it, he
No joke.
sees it, and I just start crying.
I'm like, you don't understand. Like,
This
he
happened.
just picked you right now.
Out of like tens of thousands.
Yes.
I know.
Yes. And here we are 2 days later.
Which is crazy.
It's amazing.
I've done things like this in the past where the meeting didn't happen for 9 months.
Wow.
Because this is kind of why the fly-in thing. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm good. I didn't. We just picked based on the content. Like, so like the person who won yesterday is from Alabama.
Yeah.
But I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to be in LA. They're in so. I was like, whoa, let's do it ASAP.
Yeah.
So it's great to see you.
That's awesome. So we've been doing the podcast for a little over a year now, and we're doing it. First, we were not even doing it maybe twice a month, if even that. And then we went to every Friday. Started doing every Friday, and basically just talking all things Disney. Started doing some news, and then my husband says you need to do like a daily news. And secretly, I've always wanted to be like I've been obsessed with the news. So we started this do the news in every single day, every morning, as much Disney news as you can put out there in under a minute. And that's actually been the one thing that has just captured people, and they love it.
Information fast. Like they just want, they value their time. They're like, okay, there's a minute. I got my Disney for today. We're good.
You're preaching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're having issues scaling. So
We're
that's
having
probably
issues
where you
scaling.
can.
And then
Scaling from perspective of you guys gathering the news.
No. I have no problem with that. I can be up all night, all day, and in
'Cause
the
you
morning.
love it.
I love
Yep.
it. I seriously
You're doing
love
your
it.
hobby.
Yes, I love it.
People may ridicule her because she gets up in the morning because she stays up writing a script all night and then gets up in the morning, gets dressed, does makeup, goes to the studio, records it
Brother.
for free.
Brother, if I could fly. Excuse me. I went to Australia last year, I think, or spring, or I don't remember. We went to Australia. I went so hard for 4 days speaking because I don't want to be away from home. We fly all the way home. We land, and me and D-Rock, I went home, showered, and immediately went garage sale. When you love something,
Not for any sense.
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, okay, scaling, what do you mean?
Well,
Getting more people to listen?
yes, we need more
Okay, so
people.
well, first of all, this is going to help. So once we put the Vayner machine against anybody, like literally the fact that most of the Vayner Nation, if they care about Disney in any shape or form, is about to become aware of what you do, is probably a really good thing. So that's good. Look, I think it's the patience. I fucking did 4 years every day of Wine Library TV before anybody cared. Nobody watched. Like, I've only really blown up in the last 2 or 3 years after doing it really hard every day, content of all sorts, wine and then business, for 10 years. It's just a matter of time. Like, and then the question, the only thing that the two of you have to figure out is, what, if any, financial needs, not aspirations. This is a game of needing, not hoping. Of course we want you guys, the three of you, to make $1 million a year in advertising and affiliates and merchandise. Like, of course you would want you for sure. I don't want to impose what you guys are so young, you still have to figure out how much this has to be or not be or whatever, but like, of course. But the only thing you have to think about when building a business around your passion is what do you need, not what you're hoping for. Because if you figure out what you need and you can make it happen, well, then you can wait for what you're hoping for because you love it. That's it. That will take the pressure out of growth, which will lead you to cry less.
Yeah.
I mean it.
Yeah. No, and
So
if
whether
I'm
that
being
means
honest,
whether that means you're providing, whether that means you come up with whether that means up front, you guys are like, no, we need another that we need. Which doesn't, and
Right.
needing gets real interesting. Like, there's a lot of people that are so miserable, would dream about doing a Disney podcast, yet they go to Wegmans to buy all their food instead of maybe going to ShopRite. And in that $89 a week savings is their opportunity. That's how I really believe it. And so, like, there's a lot of things you guys think are needs that aren't in providing for them and providing for yourself. When you're doing this big of a passion project, I really think you'll win. I really do. I believe it. I just think it takes a lot of time. And in that 3 to 4 years where you have to give up stuff is where people fail.
Well, we've given up the house. We live in a loft.
Huge.
We're doing whatever
That's
we
huge.
can. We started to monetize a year later. We
Homeschool them.
They're homeschooled.
Amazing.
Yeah, so she's now in college.
But she's doing online.
She does it online.
Go to Disneyland. Honestly, that's where you get the most content. I'm living it, you know?
I'm so jealous of you. Like, if I could have done online college when I was 11, I would have figured it out and convinced my parents to do it. Like, I get it. Like, it's
To me,
awesome.
I was like, I want the real world. I don't want to be sitting in a class where teachers telling me this, that. I just want to figure it out for myself, become dependent on my own time, whatever. But we were like, we want more. We want to do more. I think we were just like what is it called when like you feel like being creative and you don't know what to do? Okay, well, yeah. And so we were like, I'm obsessed with it. We're obsessed with like 80s, 90s bands, all that stuff. So like we just became like Disney.
I see it. I see the shirts. I see
We
them.
got,
I see it all.
Fresh Prince of Ababla.
And I don't know if this was too soon, but it was more of like, we have some needs, college and this thing. Like, can we create a shop? But
Look, to your point, and obviously you follow my content not, I always say, hold your breath as long as possible. Don't monetize your audience as much as possible. So for example, yes, I'm always going to think it's too soon. Because I think it's too soon whenever you do it. If somebody did a 47-year Disney podcast and on the 48th year went to monetize, I would say too soon. Every time I monetize, too soon. My dream is to never monetize audience. My dream is that American Airlines, the official airline of Disney, which I don't know if it is or isn't, sees what you're doing because you built such an audience and comes in as a $250,000 yearly pre-roll sponsor to your podcast. If you can build a framework of passion where you don't have to monetize your audience, and that's what everybody does, swag to the audience, subscription to the audience, premium to the audience. No. If you can figure out, by the way, I would rather, this is how literal I think about this. This is where I want people to take ingredients that I'm saying and put them together. For example, you ready for my favorite thing that I think you should be doing? I think you should be buying and selling Disney items on eBay and Etsy at scale. If you're a human that goes to Disney every day, here's what I know enough about Disney. Every day, if you're going there or how often you're going, and deeply knowledgeable, when there's a discount on a Disney exclusive item at Disneyland, you're there. That item is, if you watch my stuff, when I do trash talk, I mainly buy Disney plush toys for $1. That's what if it's Disney store, I'm buying for $1, I'm selling for $13. I'd rather you flip going to TJ Maxx and Marshall's, Walmart and Target closeout lane, going to thrift stores and actually buying the retro t-shirts for $2.50 and selling them for $13. I'd rather you make money on the side that has nothing to do with Disney, build the biggest audience, and wait for sponsors and outside businesses to subsidize versus monetizing your audience. Because the second you asked, it changed the relationship.
yeah, get it.
They have Disney stuff on like AliExpress for like $1. I know.
Hey guys, we gotta wrap up.
Did you want anything else to ask him?
Yeah, let's do rapid fire. I know, don't feel the pressure. D-Rock's not boss. Rapid fire some of the...
You honestly answered a lot of the questions that we were...
Do you like the minute concept?
do you like the minute concept?
So much that for about 6 months now, I've been like, fuck, I need to do a Team Garyvee, what we saw today, kind of 1 minute thing. I believe in it the most.
So they're doing it on IGTV just because it shows up on the thing. It's on SoundCloud.
Love it.
But it's not on YouTube. Should it be there?
It should be everywhere.
Everywhere.
You should write it out and put it on LinkedIn. I will never give this up. Everything you do should be up there. It's a post-production religion.
Okay.
Understand? Make sense?
Yep. And should they keep doing the long form talking? They kind of lost a little bit.
We've
of
lost an
momentum
audience podcast. And we go live when we do the podcast at the same time with our Instagram audience. And there's days, and we're giving it all we got, no matter what. And you see like 5 followers, 6 followers, 7, and it's discouraging.
No shit.
But they're like, I don't know, we're just not feeling it today. Let's not do it. So we've actually not done it in about a month.
Okay.
It's discouraging.
It's because we were impatient. I was actually losing money by doing Wine Library TV because I was taking an hour and a half out of selling. and nothing good was happening for 18 months. But conviction is a far more interesting thing to lean into than impatience. You like that one?
It's good.
So it is. Like, either you're like this is what you want your life to be. Now, what you did wrong, that a lot of creators do wrong, is you gave up completely instead of innovating it. I didn't announce that I was doing Daily V every day. I didn't announce that I'm not. I just innovated. I started putting up the podcast, the keynotes that I went to 2 days. Like what everybody does is give up instead of ideate. You need to change it up, not close it down. Got it?
Got it.
Make sense? You needed to post on Instagram and say, now we need guests, and do what I do.
We
right?
actually started
Good.
doing that. We brought in a cast member who's 92 years old, who's been there since the beginning. He worked with Walt Disney and stuff, and we interviewed him, and that's on the podcast.
Love. Make your community more part of it. I would highly recommend TikTok. I think you guys should go all in on TikTok ASAP. Like if you go to action plan, like when you leave here, like really lean into it. I think TikTok has the early potential to become the next Instagram. So you need to hedge in case it does. You know, whether it does or it doesn't, it's at a scale and a momentum that you have to take it serious now, like real serious. I want to remind you that Instagram started its first year or two being just for photographers taking nice photos. Platforms evolve. Just because TikTok is formerly Musical.ly and really for 8 to 13-year-olds to create behind music, it will soon, very quickly, not be that. That's what every platform does. YouTube was pirated content. I was there. Twitter was tech nerds. I was there. Got it? TikTok, change shit, don't quit shit, and make money on the side, not in your audience. If you guys decide to flip Disney shit, it becomes part of your content. I think you guys should garage sale this weekend and buy Disney shit and film it, and then list it, and then talk about it.
Okay.
Great.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Sienna, you have one more question for him. Favorite what?
Oh, I did have a question. I wanted to know what your favorite Disney movie was and your favorite Disney character.
I was super duper big on Grumpy. I really liked Snow White. Snow White scared me a little bit for some weird reason, but Lion King made me cry during a date in high school. Which is something. It wasn't as cool to be like sensitive entrepreneur back then, so that didn't work. Movie. I would probably say. I'm really trying to really go where I really want. Like, I really love Chippendale. Like I really love them. I liked off the beaten path stuff. Like Disney was dark. Like, you know, like Dumbo scared me, Snow White scared me. Like I would say Lion King. That moment when the dad died, that moment is like forever pierced in my heart. Out of my love for my dad too. You know, so that's what I would go with. I would go with Grumpy, and I would go Lion King as the movie.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank
The
you.
Little Mermaid I liked a lot too. If you're following the text to Twitter contest, here are the winners. Hey guys, it's Gary V. Be kind and spread some magic.
Don't be crusty. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I love
Thanks, Gary.
Yes. Thank you. I'm sorry. Sorry. Thank you, Gary. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, guys. Good luck. Nice meeting you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Appreciate this.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you,
Go.
guys.
Good seeing you.
Oh, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Good to meet you, man, bro.
I'm going to it.
Tagged you? Oh, shoot. Now you watch the count go.
breathe now.
Look at this.
I can breathe.
Look at his stories.
Wait, what?
His stories are literally us. Look.
No
There's
way.
that. What am I thinking? The Minnie mice.
That's it. But that's so awesome. Oh my god. Babe, you handle the social media. I can't.
If you're following the text to Twitter contest, here are the winners.